Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please take a seat. We have a distinguished panel of great speakers. And if you believe that you are seeing 4 people, you are wrong, because in fact we have 5. Yeah, the 5th person is online. And yes, and you can see Maia. So I'm not lying, she's here. It's gonna be an exciting panel on shaping regional tourism. And I have distinguished speakers. In the interest of time, I will not go one by one, but before answering my questions, I would ask the panel to introduce themselves. And we can basically take it from there. But the main question that we should raise is CAMCA a region when we talk about tourism? So in your work, when you deal with the issues, do you see this either being a region or becoming a region, or we somehow live in some kind of shared delusion? All right, and I start with Gantemur, please, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am not so much clear understand the question because of the noise. However, my name is Gantemur. I'm the president of Mongolian Tourism Association. I'm the chair of Asia Pacific Ecotourism Network, headquartering in Bangkok. So it's my privilege to speak some sort of the short discussion at the CAMCA, and I'm very much honored and appreciated all of the organizations. The Central Asian region for tourism has been discussed many years for the potential of the tourism, international tourism, especially in the regional tourism. But we all know that there are potentially lots of the resources, discussions, cooperations. However, we should today address about what are the hampering and issues or problems, why we couldn't able to achieve on the certain targeted goal, and what are the really issues, and how we gonna be able to achieve on particular achievements and results together with various stakeholders. And hopefully CAMCA discussion will be a significant role to step on a next level. And I'm very much looking forward to some practical practitioners' solutions rather than lots of the paper working. Thank you.
Thank you, Gantemur. Alex?
Thank you very much. I'm very happy that besides the big topics like technology, investment, and finance in the CAMCA region, that tourism is also has also a part here, which is very nice, because for a lot of our destinations in the CAMCA region, tourism is actually quite a big part of the economy. So very good to be here. For us, so we are an OTA, an online travel agency who connects local tourism providers with travelers from all over the world in the CAMCA region. So for us, it definitely makes sense to have CAMCA as a whole region. We started out in Central Asia and Mongolia with our work. This was a small idea to connect travelers with local providers. Turned out to be a bigger one now, and it naturally grew to the whole CAMCA region. I have to say, except Afghanistan is a bit a different case, but also the Caucasus. So for us, since it naturally made so much sense to have this network of the CAMCA region for us in tourism, so I definitely see a shared vision for this region, and I would very much enjoy having a shared vision in this region. What we see for now, so we do have a lot of traffic, we do have a lot of travelers traveling with us, so we have a lot of data, which is good because Central Asia and the whole CAMCA region in the tourism sector is lacking a bit of data. There's not a lot of statistics available because it mostly gets overlooked by the big tourism statistics. Yeah, and what we can see is at the moment that we have different parts of the region that are already sort of travel together in multi-day, multi-country or the cross-country traveling. So the Caucasus is one region that is often traveled together, although not always as easy, also with visa and border issues. Central Asia is one part that is gets more popular to travel as a region, and Mongolia is one of the regions. So what, of course, would be in our vision for the future that we could make the whole CAMCA region, like promote the whole CAMCA region as a whole, given a bit more importance, the whole region, and yeah, that would be for us a good vision that we also try to promote in the future. But
Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Haena, please.
Hello, everybody. My name is Haena. I run an educational travel company, so it is tourism adjacent, but travel is definitely one of the mechanisms that we use to deliver our education programs. I'm also on the advisory board of something called the Center for Global Citizenship Studies, which I think is quite relevant to tourism from a regional lens. I want to say very transparently that I am not an expert in Central Asia or the CAMCA region. However, I would love to share some anecdotes and more global trends when it comes to regional tourism and how that works. For example, for any great traveling force, so you have people like the US citizens who travel a lot. About 1/3 of their people do international travel every year. You have people like the Chinese. So for them, it's still at around 1/10 of their people are going internationally. If you look at the international travel that these people do, actually 60 to 70% of that travel is to adjacent countries. So if you get my gist, is regional travel a thing? Yeah, absolutely, because even at the most mature state, the majority of travel, cross-border travel, will remain neighboring country travel. So I guess the answer from me, just based on global data, is a resounding yes.
Thank you. Yes, data is a notorious issue in the CAMCA region, and that's something we definitely have to work on, improve, in order to come up with sustainable tourism strategies and beyond. My question to Maia. Maia, for you, is CAMCA the region? How do you see it while sitting in Georgia? Thank you.
Hello everybody from Tbilisi, Georgia. I guess the screen is too big and too much there, but I would love to be there with you. Actually, CAMCA as a region, for us in statistics, when we see the tourism statistics, usually the local countries, when we do the research, the mostly of them, they travel to the region, for example, for 10 days. And it's usually it's regional tour. It includes Caucasus, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Georgia. As a head of tourism, I can say that the main challenge to promote regional tourism is connectivity, as a connectivity is a key theme here. But connectivity, both physical and cultural, is a top priority for Georgia. And we strongly believe that regional cooperation is essential for sustainable tourism growth. Georgia actively enhance cross-border tourism cooperation through bilateral and multilateral engagement of various platforms involving both the public and private sectors. As a government, we believe in the value of exchanging best practices and experiences to drive innovation and resilience in the tourism industry. Currently, we are working on joint tourism initiatives, including cross-border trails, cultural roads, and various activities that highlight the diversity and richness of our collective offerings. We are also advocating for improved visa facilitations, harmonized travel standards, and greater air and land connectivity across the region. These efforts are aimed at positioning the CAMCA region as an attractive and accessible destination for global travelers. And as I mentioned, it's for example, when traveler decides to go to the next part of the world, long-haul countries, we call that, from US, from Canada, from Australia, from Brazil, they always choose to travel for 10 to 14 days, and they want to travel several countries. So that's the main point. We try to showcase and position our region as a region, and we try to promote not only our country, but we work closely with the neighbor countries' tourism boards.
Thank you, Maya. Thank you. I would like to switch gears, and since we actually have to talk about innovation, but I think like innovation is becoming largely a buzzword. Everyone would like to innovate. And even during the conference, we talked a lot about innovation and how we should innovate and all those kind of things. But let me go against the flow, right? What in tourism we shouldn't innovate in the CAMCA region? Shouldn't, yes. What we should be somehow level on to make it more authentic, to make sure that we have more engaging experience and different experience for tourists coming to the CAMCA region. Let's start with Haena, please, because your face says it all.
Thank you, thank you. So it's an interesting question. I like the way you phrased it, because you're asking what shouldn't we innovate, and then you're referring to authentic experiences, right? I want to call out kind of the tourism industry, first of all, because originally travel was not commoditized. The original OG travel is about authentic experiences, right? And then the market forces got involved. And then you had these experiences become commoditized. And then you have things like efficiencies getting talked about, right? So how many dairy, milk tea tasting passengers can you get in and out of your yurt in one day? This is an example of efficiency, right? So I would say, what should we not innovate? I think just go back to the basics, and one of the things that I do, so I work in ultra premium education, and at the global top educational institutions, we still view travel as an incomparable tool to teach empathy and connection and human understanding. So for people like us, we talk about innovation, okay? Like tourism needs to depart from tourism as a commodities segment and needs to move towards tourism as an experience and learning experience offerer. So that means things like educational tourism. That means things like industry tourism. That means things like culinary gastro-tourism. And just really, I think it's going in the right direction, right? So we shouldn't even call them products, but yeah, like de-innovate back towards purposeful and intentional travel, which is what it should have been about in the beginning anyways.
Thank you. Alex, maybe less philosophical, but more focused to the topic, where we should stop innovating or where we should de-innovate.
I would tag along to the statement of keeping travel authentic. So what we experience, what I think that innovation can also be too much is, we talked about infrastructure before. Infrastructure is good, of course. We need infrastructure, especially if the travel numbers and the tourism numbers are growing, which is good because we have still capacity to grow that pie. But that can also be done too much in infrastructure. So what we have seen before in Central Asia, that there is like a bit of a overdoing in the infrastructure to make it sort of artificial, and that the real authenticity and the real tradition and just that what makes an experience really nice, or a monument really nice, or a place really visitable for, as I especially Western travelers, or that it's overdone, that it's done too much to make it sort of artificial. So I would stop there, to not do as much, and rather keep the authenticity also in the infrastructure. But what you said about authenticity, and we see that definitely growing very much, that people want to have this immersive experiences. So we don't consider ourselves anymore in the tour segment or tour industry, but more in the experience sector, because yeah, they want to immerse in a new culture. They want to connect with locals. They want to have see traditions. They want to just observe. They want to really be there. They want to dive into a culture, and they want to make these memories that are created through connections. So yeah, tradition. I would also not do too much in the traditional side. You know, of course, conservation, very important. It's a big asset. I think, especially in the CAMCA region, is tradition, nomadic traditions, hospitality is a very big asset of this region, and preserving that is crucial. It's really crucial.
Thank you, Alex. Before turning to you, Gantemur, I see that Maia is getting really impatient there. So that's why let's give you a floor, because otherwise I see she's jumping out from the screen now. Please, Maia, the floor is yours.
No, it's very interesting because I also, I'm in the tourism industry and I travel a lot, and it's, as you mentioned, that hospitality is one of the main message and the main topic when we talk about especially Georgia or the regional tourism to the world, that how the travelers, foreign travelers see us, the first, always the first feeling is the most unbelievable, unforgettable, and the biggest hospitality the travelers ever seen. So yes, when we talk about how we can position in an innovative way the region, the Georgia, the Caucasus, or CAMCA region, of course, it's the tourism product itself, and we have so many similarities in our culture, even the nature, adventure, but the gastronomy, wine. So it's we have similar and diverse tourism product. But what we really have, all of us as a region and the country as a nation, all of us, what we really have, this is the main pillar for me, is hospitality. What we can showcase, and I don't want to be rude, but let's say like that, sell to the world, is the main message is hospitality. Last year, Georgia was a host country of one of the biggest gastronomy tourist festival in Great Britain, and then we have the main slogan that hospitality is Georgia's main course. The course, because it was the gastronomy festival, gastronomy fair. So I really believe that for our region, the besides the really tourism product, what we have different and similar, like adventure, mountaineering, the gastronomy, wine, cultural heritage, UNESCO heritages, but still the main is hospitality. What we think that we're unique for that.
Thank you, Maia. Gantemur.
This is the question related with the sustainability, not only tourism sector. First point is that who will decide what is development and what is innovation? My main point is that do not very much go into the way of the globalization or the word development. Local people, their way of happiness, their way of the life, and their opinion makes what they happy, what they want to live. Don't be change this for the innovation. That's the fostering factor in order to grow the hospitable, welcoming, why they are happy by their heart. This is the key for sustainability and tourism. Second, why Central Asian countries are not so much cooperating to each other, for example, on tourism. I would say spirit. We have to call our spirit. What makes us to unite together? What is our ambition? What we have to be on the world together, hand to hand. Without having clear ambition, it's very difficult to stand on the global. So let's not only cooperate to each other, call bottom of your heart, what is our spirit? Brothers, Genghis Khan, history, nomadism, what is behind of that, what we are looking for in the future. This is the calling factor for sustainable development and tourism. Third, the innovation related with, of course, what is innovation as a standard of the global development. But what we have to be innovating within the regional limitation, that makes the innovation from the global perspective. So everybody who's standing and reading message, sitting on the table, please call your tourism stakeholders, brothers, and ask their spirit. I'm happy to collaborate with all of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Gantemur, for this very emotional message. And you actually stole my next question. So that's why my next question is for the ladies. What are the two key lower-hanging fruits that are there for the CAMCA region in terms of initiatives that we can bring up, that we can organize, implement together, and can do it in the short run? Thank you. Alex?
Should I go? I think initiatives could be, first of all, it's great that there are already some tourism boards, or there are tourism boards in each country available. Some are more active, some are less active. And of course, like something like a CAMCA network of tourism providers or a CAMCA association, tourism association would something that would be very much profit the whole region. And joint campaigns, joint marketing campaigns to promote the whole region. There could be initiatives like new travel routes, so innovation in creating new tourism experiences. Genghis Khan travel route, for example, Genghis Khan Trail, Timurid trails, for example, a Silk Road 2.0, something very new, to the whole region, traveling through the whole region. So there is a lot of innovation or initiatives that could be done. I would also encourage every the tourism board or all the tourism boards and departments to work closely together, also with organizations like the UN tourism, for example. There used to be a very good program, a Silk Road program from the UN tourism. It is still active, but the person who was responsible for this program, she retired, and with that person, it sort of died, that program, or is not very active anymore, which is very sad, because it was a good initiative. But we need people, that work emotionally and are engaged and work for such a joint vision together. But also, as Maia also said from Georgia before, also, for example, UNESCO is also an organization that is good to work with. In Georgia, I know there is they created a UNESCO heritage corridor for the Black Sea, which joined, all the countries from the Black Sea to have a travel route to explore the whole UNESCO heritage sites there. That could be something that could be done, so there is a lot of potential for another
Alex,
joint.
again, to summarize, two things, please.
Two things.
Yes.
I would say new routes, new experiences, and a joint tourism vision, joint tourism identity. Association, and also identity and joint promotion.
All right. Haena, please.
So two things. I think I'm sure these two things will help tourism in the CAMCA region. Not sure if it's how achievable it is. The first is safety. So when you look at the countries that get a lot of inbound travelers and tourism, they go with the assumption that the places that they go to are safe, and therefore they can take their families. Okay, now you have a basket size of for suddenly 4 people instead of 1 person. Okay, and it's even safer. Then you can start to take groups, university groups. Okay, there's 20 people, 30 people, entire schools, 100 people. You know, so safety, I think, is something that you really need to be tight on. Certain countries, they even have a tourism police. In key tourist sites, they will have police there to make sure it's extra safe for all
Let
visitors.
me challenge you a bit here. Let me abuse my role of moderator. So, in terms of safety, it's one of the safest regions in the world. All right? So, what can we do further to strengthen it? So, it really depends what region we are comparing. If we're comparing to, for example, region of Latin America, I think like Central Asia and the CAMCA region is pretty safe. And also, like, you can go to any other region. So I think that's a comparative advantage. But if you insist that safety is one of the key issues, my question is it a low-hanging fruit? Can you change it overnight? Can you make it work relatively quickly? And if you do, how you do it?
Okay, so I do think that you're right, it's all comparative. So then the low-hanging fruit is to make sure you market that. Okay, CAMCA region is safe. Then make sure people know it's safe, right? So that's just a marketing campaign. Yeah, it's just a marketing campaign away. And then my second thing is, I think if enough minds join in spirit, like you said, it is low-hanging fruit, and that is connectivity with the visas. Wouldn't it be wonderful if in the CAMCA region, visitors just could get 1 visa for a certain number of countries? Wouldn't that be cool? They just get 1 visa, then, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, thank you. No, I totally buy this marketing thing in terms of promoting safety, because that's really the case when people outside who never travel to CAMCA region, they believe that the region is not safe. So once they arrive, they realize the situation is drastically different. So, but marketing is definitely one of those key low-hanging fruit that might be addressed. Maia, please.
When we talk about the tourism, actually the safety, it's itself the most important thing, because the safety and the stability, both. Tourism is the most vulnerable sector of the economy. For example, the COVID was the case. So during the COVID, the first thing when totally stopped is aviation and the tourism industry. So the vulnerability of the sector is the most important, and when it comes to the safety, it's top priority. As a tourist, when you when you plan to travel to the new destination, first what you do, you Google, and in the ranking, you try to find where is the safety. As a head of tourism administration of Georgia, when we do our marketing campaigns, of course, the one of the top messages is the safety. And also connectivity. When we are talking about the regional tourism, the visa-free regimes, and also the airlines routes and the direct flights, as well as the road trips are the most important thing. Because if it's not the easy to travel and it's difficult to achieve, we cannot talk about the mass tourism. It is the niche. So there are some adventure lovers by themselves. They can, of course, plan the tour from Georgia to Mongolia, for example, by car, but it's not the tourism. I mean, it's not the mass tourism. So the main two things is, of course, the connectivity. safety itself and the marketing, how we promote the diverse difference, uniqueness of this region.
Thank you, Maya. My next question relates to the elephant in the room. I can't skip this question.
Can I give answer?
Sure.
Or is it limited by the ladies?
Actually, you answered the question, but if you would like to
No,
add
but
more
your
colors,
last
please go ahead.
question,
Go
Because
ahead.
it's a very important.
Please go ahead.
Number one, we have to use more active on the AI role. All of our countries requires to develop the equitable digital technology between the tour operators and travel partners in order to exchange our main information. We have always lack of information and human resource, destination, diversified itineraries and products. Number second, I'm very much emphasizes on the children and youth market. We have to concentrate on our young generation. People, young generation between our countries should understand each other and have more motivated future passion. Number third, Mongolia should provide a bridging role, let Central Asian countries more connecting with East Asia, China, Korea, etc. And you guys has to be work on the more in the Middle East market. We have to be shared market management in order to approaching diversified segments. Number four, we have to kill the wrong media and marketing approach by the way of the affordable, competitive pricing approach in between the common network. Our association invite Uzbekistan tourism minister. Monday we organize forum, for example. On October we will open the Mongolian, our Haena Air company make direct flight to Uzbekistan. This kind of bilateral cooperation instead of more general CAMCA regions is very fruitful between two countries. Thanks.
Thank you. They were exciting 4 more points. My question is on the AI side. So apparently we all talk about the benefits of AI and we can list them, we can't even list them all. My question is AI a threat to any type of tourism activity or tourism industry, if you see it this way? And if you do, could you please elaborate on this? Maya, please.
Yes, this is one of the, I love this topic because, be honest, during the COVID, because among 1.5 to 2 years, tourism industry was totally stopped. The travelers' habits changed a lot. So if we see the statistics and the researches of UN Tourism Board, you will see that how after COVID, travelers try to find different feelings, different activities, and what they expect from the traveling. This is not high quality, only high quality hotels or the services. It's mostly it is the human to human touch. This is authenticity, and the mostly regional tourism, village tourism is getting more and more popular. Because after COVID, the most important thing, what we felt, all of us as a society, as a human being, it was the being touched in the social environment. So the main thing, how AI can improve the tourism industry, this is only it's just helping you to plan your trip better, to find out more stories, more places, easier than before. But as a character of traveling, AI cannot replace or change something in a bad way. So it's only positive impact on the tourism industry.
Thank you, Maya. Gantemur?
We have to think about ethics of the participation in travel, local people, travel industry, other sectors. Ethics is one of the challenges for AI. Number second, we have already talked about the de-innovation. This is the second issue. Because this CAMCA, the Central Asian region is so special, so unique by that. So number third issue is that every country in Central Asia has own technology and platform. That is the kind of the hampering issue that we couldn't able to establish common platform for AI and tourism technology. And finally, I would like to address also the safety security issue my colleagues has said. This is more related with the digital rather than the real experience. So we have to have about the Kuiper security issues on AI. And finally, we have to think about what our other industry advantages, gastronomy, all of the other soft trading and silk, all these things, how this can be able to strengthen our tourism industry through AI support to connectivity. Not only solely develop tourism, but we have to be developed based on the advantage of other sectors. That's our common issues.
Thank you. I see Alex is ready to answer this question. That's why we give the floor to Haena.
Okay.
Haena, please.
I also wouldn't say no. It's
Alex,
not,
let's give floor to Haena first. Yes.
Sorry, Haena.
Don't
please
get
go.
overexcited.
It's okay,
Yeah.
it's okay, it's okay. I want to make it very clear. AI is going to take jobs away from people currently working in the travel industry. However, if you look at platforms like INDY Guide, which you run, people were like really upset about these platforms like when they first arrived, you know? They were like, oh my God, it's ruining the travel experience, like the human touch, it's doing just fine. Actually, it's swinging back in the direction of experiences. However, from a government and PPP perspective, you have to kind of figure out your business model, right? Because governments put money into tourism and tourism development. And then also PPP, public-private partnership, you also have these private firms co-investing, right? It does mean that if you are in a situation where you've invested with AI coming in and disrupting, you might not get the kind of return that you thought you were going to get if your investment was in the category of travel planning. So I do think that we should just be kind of like be aware and, you know, accept that if you're a travel planner, yeah, your job is under threat. But, you know, go find a way to innovate, you know.
Thank you, Haena. Alex, it's your moment to shine.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a threat. AI, I think it's an opportunity most of the time. I mean, for sure, there are going to be some changes, and we just have to adapt, grow with it, as you said. We have grown with other things as well, so we have to grow with AI as well. But I think AI can be a lot of used, especially also in the planning for efficiency. You know, a lot of our providers, we get daily so many questions because we had that topic also before. There is a lack of information, a lack of information in the whole region about how to travel, what to do, a lot of things. So AI can be a wonderful tool to help us gather this whole information, make it easier for our tour operators, for our tour hosts to be more efficient, to plan more efficiently with travelers. I mean, we have to say that the CAMCA region, some accepted maybe, is still a travel destination that it's not easily managed on your own. So that's why a lot of travelers do actually rely on travel providers and do not travel so much independently. So that's a big advantage there, that we can share this information and have a bit of efficiency. But also, I mean, we do work with a lot of rural tourism. So we have very different kinds of tourism providers that we work with. There are the big operators, tour operators that are also in technology, very active, but we also have very small scale businesses like the driver or like a homestay or yurt camp somewhere in the mountains. These people are sometimes not even mostly online, so maybe they don't even have a computer, you know, so they are far away from using AI in their daily business for now. It might change in the future, but for now. And we also try to give them a space to be online and to be a part of international tourism.
Can I add just one more thing?
Quickly.
Yeah, really quickly. If I were in charge of a CAMCA region tourism department, what I would do is I would just invest like $1 million, $2 million immediately into flooding the internet with data about travel to your region. Because what is AI doing? AI is a conglomerator. It pulls data. So if you have this power or the purse, like, I mean, if I were you, I would just spend big into flooding the data sphere with information about tourism to your region. Yeah.
Now we just
Different
need the
level
money,
of spamming, yeah. So we have time to give a floor to the audience to ask two super quick questions or one a bit lengthy question. Dato, please. It was a long way for the mic, just one question.
Yes. So thank you very much for your insightful comments during this session. We heard a lot about authenticity, about hospitality, about safety, about connectivity. But for the entire discussion, I have not heard the word over tourism, which you as tourism professionals know that is one of the biggest problems in the world of tourism today. So, and over tourism destroys authenticity, its cultural authenticity or environmental authenticity, and also sometimes it turns hospitality into hostility. So you see what is going on in Barcelona, which is becoming the world capital of protests against tourists. This question, first of all, is to our Mongolian and Georgian participants. Do you experience over-tourism in your countries? And if yes, what you do to overcome it? And to other participants, if you have any comments on the over-tourism issue. Thank you.
Thank you. Who would like to take it first? We don't have much time, so it should be quick and efficient, 32 seconds. Okay? Maia, please.
Thank you very much for the question. Actually, no, we don't experience it yet, and hopefully we won't, because over tourism really it's destroying the itself, the industry. It's not only in Barcelona. There are several countries, even in Italy. That's why one of the tool the tourism boards uses, for example, is the extra fees for the for tourism in hotels, for the night over, and these kind of tools. But in Georgia, we in 2019, before COVID, it was 9 million tourists. Actually, as a nation, we are 3 million. So we hosted 3 times more tourists as we are as a nation. But this last year, 2024, we had 7.8 million tourists, and hopefully this year we will almost already will recovered. So the mass tourism is a challenge for the most popular destinations in the world, but for us, it's not the challenge yet. we're working to invite to our country.
Maya, could we please wrap it up
travelers.
because we don't have much time left, and we have to give floor to
Yeah.
Gantemur as well.
So
Thank you.
in our case, it's not a challenge, but overall for the most popular destinations in the world, yes, it's one of the biggest challenge.
Thank you, Maya.
Thank you. Good question. Because our tourism is not about only what Barcelona has happened. It's all about how locals receive the real benefit and efficiency, inclusivity of the growth. So that's why I congratulate your question. Mongolia, I'm personally, our association, opposite than our government, talking about only quantity. Not quantity, it's a quality tourism. So Central Asia shift our segment into more high-end because it matches with our unique resource. It's not only the individual tourists are looking for, but we have to work only those who fit with our necessity and priority and passion. Let's work together.
Thank you so much for this powerful message. Let's give a warm round of applause to all the speakers for their wonderful insights and contributions. And I wish you all the best with the continuation of the forum. Enjoy, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.